Moin Leute! In addition to my video about what led to the end of Scribblenauts, we will take a look at my top 5 Easter eggs and trivia facts from the Scribblenauts games. Or that was the idea at least, but it turned out there are now 5 categories, which means more Easter eggs for you. And that's good, right? So let's get into it! There are a number of levels in the Scribblenauts series that are a reference to other games or movies. Like a homage of the first Super Mario level, where you can even hit the boxes when you jump underneath them to find a coin, a mushroom and a fire flower that also can be used to defeat the Koopas or whatever you want to destroy. There's also a level that pays tribute to the original Pac-Man game. Your goal is to get to the star ride at the end of the level without getting caught by the ghosts. You don't need any items in this level to get the star ride, you just have to be quick and faster than the ghosts that haunt you. But it's easier to say than to do, because the ghosts are fast as hell and Maxwell doesn't always do what you want him to do. I'm not sure if he just likes jumping like crazy or if I'm just too stupid. Most likely the latter, so yeah, it's easier when you simply use your notebook. On a dark and stormy night, in a level beyond your wildest imagination, a mad scientist awaits you, standing on top of a building. His demand will leave you both thrilled and perplexed. He insists that you must reach the speed of 88 miles per hour, even though this isn't really true. You just have to hit the power lines, but that's just an unimportant detail. It is a nice reference to the iconic Back to the Future movie though. Not an Easter egg, but an interesting trivia fact is that Scribblenauts Unlimited contains an unfinished level known as the Stadium, which was used as a test level by the developers. It is not much to see here, to be frank, so yes, it's the developer room of Scribblenauts Unlimited, where you can interact with some characters, solve a simple puzzle or test a few things. The level can only be accessed through memory hacking, so if you want to see more about the level and how to gain access to it, there is a link in the description. In a game where everything circles around objects, there has to be some that are more special than the others. One of the most entertaining Easter eggs is the time machine, which allows you to travel through time, which makes sense. When you use it in Scribblenauts or Super Scribblenauts, the time machine transports you to a different level that represent a specific era, such as the age of dinosaurs, the medieval age with knights and stuff, or a dark post-apocalyptic future where everyone tries to kill each other. With a chance of under 5%, you can visit yourself in the very first level and get the star ride, which you need to achieve 100% completion of the game. Forcing a time paradox, because if you obtain the star ride before your past self did, you would have never obtained the star ride in the first place. The second Easter egg within the Easter egg is a level where you can see yourself using the time machine. Some crazy people think that this is your doppelganger before he became evil. Mysterious. In later games, it doesn't transport you anywhere. Instead, it just adds a sepia coloring to the screen, plays piano music, and Maxwell looks like he came from the early 20s. It's still nice, but not as cool as the first two games. Another cool Easter egg is the win button, even if the name is misleading because you don't win anything. Once activated, the win button will spawn random characters or objects in the game, ranging from 5-cell employees to animals. All of them wearing the distinctive rooster helmet, which people received as a pre-order bonus for the first game. Some of the characters even come equipped with interesting and sometimes bizarre items, which the specific developer was known for within the company. What would the internet be without cat memes? That's right, a sad place. Luckily, there are hundreds of them, and some of the most popular ones are in the game, including many that have been around since the very first Scribblenauts. From Longcat appearing out of a cloud for whatever reason, to Ceiling Cat, who doesn't even need a ceiling, to Monorail Cat, which is unexpectedly agile when you think about it, that this cat has no limbs. But the best cat memes are the Inception cat, even if she looks kind of weird in the game as she walks upright while holding a window. She doesn't even look through it. It would have been funnier if they made it similar to the ceiling cat, like just a window that can be placed anywhere and where you can see the head of the cat from time to time. Something like this, just like the meme is about. Missed opportunity here. Awesome. Then there is a not quite as cool Spaghetti Cat. Despite the fact that she doesn't eat anything, she just explodes into thin air. But I guess that's just her thing, and if she wants to explode, I'm cool with it. Also spawnable is the infamous Nyan Cat, sadly without the music for which she is known, as well as the Keyboard Cat. Fun fact, the last two cats caused a lawsuit against Warner Bros. And Fifth Cell for using their cats without permission. I mean their creators, not the cats themselves, but I think you already got that. But there are more than just cat memes in the game. You can rickroll yourself if you want, but sadly, again, without the music. It is also possible to spawn the Techno Viking, even though he doesn't do what he's known for. But you can fix that. All he needs is a bottle of water and tell him to dance to get the full experience. There are several other classic memes in the game, such as the dramatic chipmunk, the invisible bike, which is not completely invisible, Philosopher, the do not want dog, which disappears just like the spaghetti cat after a few seconds, and the oh really owl. Also, it's just an ordinary owl in the game, but it's cool that it works. And when you're done with all that nonsense that doesn't help you at all, you can use your Rafflecopter to leave the area, leaving behind the chaos you created. While Warner Bros. Published the game in the US and Europe, the first two Scribblenauts games were published by Konami in Japan. This allowed Japanese players to exclusively spawn multiple characters owned by Konami. 3 characters from the Metal Gear series were added to the game: Solid Snake, who spawns with a tranquilizer gun, Old Snake, an older version of Solid Snake, and Big Boss. If you spawn him together with the other snakes, they will try to kill him, just like in the games.
Snake, are you okay? Snake? Snake!
Franchises that also have been added are characters from the Legend of the Mystic Ninja series, Alucard, the son of Dracula, and the main character in Castlevania Symphony of the Night, along with some other characters who are mostly known within Japan. All of them behave like they would in their games. But the most fun addition is Vic Viper from the Gradius series. It can be ridden and can also shoot fireballs in the original Scribblenauts. Sadly, in Super Scribblenauts there are no fireballs anymore, but rockets, which are far less cool. And please ignore how bad I am writing this thing. Thank you. In Scribblenauts Unlimited for the Wii U, you can summon several iconic Nintendo characters such as Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, Yoshi and Toad, as well as enemies like Bowser, Goombas, Koopa Troopers and others. The game also includes items such as the Mushroom, Fire Flower and the Superstar, which Mario can interact with and gain abilities from, just like in his own games. It is also possible to spawn characters from the Legend of Zelda series, like Link, Zelda and Ganondorf. Additionally, you can spawn various items such as the Ocarina, Triforce and the legendary Master Sword. What's this? A 6 number in a top 5 video? If that's not an Easter egg on itself, I don't know what it is. So let's find out what's in here. Imagine you want to make Scribblenauts all on your own in a very short period of time. The result would be this game. There are puzzle levels to solve, and your goal is to get to the star in every level by typing words that become real in the game. So yes, it's like Scribblenauts, but with zero budget. If it hadn't been released a few days before Scribblenauts, it wouldn't have shown up as a trivia about the game. But it did, and that's why it's here. If you want to check it out for yourself, there's a link in the description. In fact, this free game came out 6 days before the first Scribblenauts game. However, it is more likely that the creator of the game saw the trailer for Scribblenauts 1 month before the release of the game and programmed this during this month. But maybe the guy who programmed this pitched the idea to Fifth Cell, hoping to sell it and get hired, but they laughed at him and said something like, "No one would play a game with this silly concept. Get lost. Write it down, this will be a million seller." And so the idea of Scribblenauts was truly made. But that's just a theory.
A game theory. Thanks for watching.
Please let me know if you liked this video, and if you are generally interested in Scribblenauts, consider watching my video about the bitter end of Scribblenauts. Thanks for watching. Bis dann.